Special Agent Shannon Moss? She didn't recognize the man's voice, though she recognized the drawl on the vowels. He'd grown up around here, West Virginia or Pennsylvania. Rural. "This is Moss," she said. Family's been killed." A quaver in his voice. "Washington County Dispatch logged the 911 a little after midnight. There's a missing girl." 2 a.m. But the news was like an ice bath. She was fully awake now. "Who am I speaking with?" "Special Agent Philip Nestor," he said. "FBI." She turned on her bedside lamp. Cream-colored wallpaper patterned with vines and cornflower blue roses covered her bedroom walls. She traced the lines with her eyes, thinking. "Why my involvement?" she asked. "My understanding's that our SAC communicated with HQ, and they instructed him to involve you," said Nestor. "They want NCIS assistance. Our primary is a Navy SEAL." "Where?" "Cannonsburg, on a street called Cricketwood Court, just off Hunter's Creek," he said. Hunting Creek. She knew Hunting Creek. Cricketwood Court. Her best friend growing up had lived on that street. Courtney Gim. The image of Courtney's face floated from Moss's memory like ice surfacing through water. "How many victims are we dealing with?" "Triple homicide," said Nestor. "It's bad. I've never..." "Slow down." "I'd seen some kids hit by a train once, but nothing like this," he said. "Okay," said Moss. "You said the call came in after midnight?" "A little later," said Nestor. "A neighbor heard commotion, finally called the police." "Do you have someone speaking with the neighbor?" "One of our guys is with her now," he said. "I'll make it there in a little over an hour." She gained her equilibrium before attempting to stand. Her right leg still the lean, muscled leg of an athlete, but her left terminated in a conical mid-thigh stump, the end muscle and flesh there wrapped like a fold-over pastry. She'd lost her leg years ago, when she'd been crucified in the deep winter of the terminus. A transfemoral amputation, the Navy surgeons having cut away the part of her that had gone gangrenous. When she stood, she perched on her single foot like a long-legged shorebird, rocking on the pads of her toes for balance. Her crutches were within reach. Loft-strand crutches she kept propped in the gap between her bed and nightstand. She slipped her forearms through the cuffs and gripped the handles, propelling herself through her bedroom, a cluttered mess of clothes and magazines, loose CDs, empty jewel cases, slipping hazards her occupational therapist had warned her against. Cricketwood Court. A shiver passed over Moss at the thought of returning. She and Courtney had been like sisters through middle school, freshman year, closer than sisters, inseparable. Moss's memories of Courtney were the sweetest essence of childhood summers. Endless days spent poolside, roller coasters at Kennywood, splitting cigarettes down by Chartier's Creek. Courtney had died their sophomore year, murdered in a parking lot for the few dollars she'd had in her purse. Headline news on the bedroom set while she dressed. She applied antiperspirant to her residual limb, then nestled her polyurethane liner against the blunt edge of her thigh, rolling it to her hip as if she were rolling on a nylon stocking. She smoothed the rubbery sleeve of any air bubbles that might have accrued against her skin. The prosthesis was an Audiobook sea leg, a prototype, a computerized prosthesis originally designed for wounded soldiers. Moss slid her thigh into the socket and stood, the volume of her thigh forcing out air from the carbon cuff, vacuum sealing the prosthesis. The sea leg made her feel as if her skeleton were exposed, a steel shank instead of a shin. She wore slacks, a blouse the color of pearls. She holstered her service weapon. She wore a tailored suede jacket. A last glance at television. Dolly skulking in her hay-strewn pen. Clinton touting the newly signed human cloning ban. Promos for NBA on NBC. Jordan versus Ewing.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.